Hello! We have finally made it back to the internet. There's so much that I want to share about and talk about, but yeah, I'll try to word my thoughts as linearly as possible. But yeah, the idea is a very chill, comfy, just chit-chat and just talking about what I've been up to. Even stayed in PJs to set the mood. And the mic is just a prop, because my computer isn't cooperating, but I think it's a vibe. So yeah, first things first, how the break first started is because of my 2-month trip in Asia. And although I had planned to vlog the experience and even edit whilst I'm there, like I had taken my huge computer with me and camera and all, but I quickly realized that it would be too tiring to add that on my plate whilst solo traveling, and I didn't want it to take away from the experience, so I just stuck to taking loads of pics and just posting them on the Insta story as usual. But I would have loved to make like a proper vlog of the whole experience, but yeah, I guess solo is a bit much, and maybe that would be something more doable later on if I find myself a partner in crime in my adventures. Yeah, so those 2 months were absolutely incredible, and when coming back home I did even start making a video, just sit down face cam, just talking about my experience with the idea that I'll just like edit in the pictures in the video. But yeah, when I got the editing part, it got very tedious. I think like halfway through adding pictures of all the places I've been to, I just chose to drop it because the process didn't feel good, and well, this is supposed to be for me, yeah, for fun. But yeah, what made the editing so hard was, I guess, yeah, that whether I liked it or not, I was putting pressure on myself after like, well, by that time, almost a 3-month break, to come back with something grand, something, well, in which a lot of work has been poured into, to, I guess, in some way make, yeah, the wait in some sense justifiable, but it just made the process not as enjoyable. So I decided, okay, well, let's leave that for now, because anyways, well, Christmas was coming up, and also I was starting my driving lessons. Then a second attempt at making a new video was in February, when with my dad we went to Milan for the Winter Olympic Games, so vlogging this couple of days, and I had fun filming and taking those clips, but again, when it came later to editing it, just felt like labor, and so I just thought to myself, okay, well, I'll just leave it be for now, and come back whenever I feel a calling again. But in between, of course, life was lifing, and now that I think back on it, like, there's actually so much stuff has happened. Like, I have gotten now my provisional driver's license. I've been to Latvia 3 times already, because well, this year I've been going there much more to take care of my grandma. Then there was also the Milan trip. There was also with my family, we also went to Munich. So yeah, lots of fun little travels in good old Europe. And yeah, and then, well, getting the license journey was quite an interesting one. Yeah, now that I look back at the beginning, like, I was so stressed out the first time that I was in the car with the instructors, and like often like blanking out when they would give like sudden instructions and things like that. But now that I'm practicing with my mom and her teeny tiny car, which very much adapted to my capabilities, and now I'm almost a decent driver, and I navigate pretty okay on my own. Yeah, it's funny to look back on just this small handful of months of that. And then yeah, despite the circumstances, it has been quite nice to go more often to Latvia and to explore more the city and to just be by my grandma's side. And yeah, I discovered the amazing thrifting scene there. And well, first of all, this t-shirt, I took it from my grandpa, and it's so incredibly comfy. I have quite a few other things that I took from him, and I found amazing thrift shops also there. And I also bought a couple books. Wait, let me show you. Yeah, well, I'll just drop the mic for now. Amongst others, I got The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, which I've almost finished already, and I absolutely loved it, not only because of the way the book is structured with lots of stories and all, but yeah, that money, whether we want it or not, is like, well, yeah, such ever-present topic, but that never thought about. So it has been, yeah, so incredibly insightful, inspiring, and also empowering to have all these insights shared. And then also I wanted to dive into more classical literature, so I got Jane Austen's Emma, which I'm saving for later, and The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I'm for now only about a quarter way through, but yeah, but it has already been very delightful indeed. I just absolutely love, yeah, diving into a different century, and also just the exquisite like language that he uses. Some descriptions are really like a spoonful of honey. So that's about my current reads. I'll take back the mic. And then when it comes to being back in Brussels, apart from driving, I've also picked up again bouldering and wall climbing with friends, which has been so fun. Like, yeah, because I used to do it for like 4 years in high school. And yeah, now like with a few friends, we go like, yeah, almost every week to either bouldering or wall climbing. How do you call studio room? Yeah. Not only, of course, moving feels amazing, but it also feels so nostalgic. And apart from the company, the part that I love most is being constantly faced with these situations where it feels like there's no way that I'm gonna catch the next block. But then, well, seeing no other option, just laying faith in it and doing the movement that feels impossible, and realizing that it is in fact possible. And yeah, I have felt such an increase in like just confidence and yeah, I just love being constantly surprised about my capabilities on the wall. And yeah, also it has been so interesting to face like genuine fear and over again overcoming it. Yeah, it kind of helps take anxiousness in general less seriously, I guess. Yeah. And another thing I picked up again was yoga, which also has been feeling like so amazing. I just started going to this studio that's not too far from home. Although it is kind of bougie, it still feels so amazing to just collectively take a time to be present, to settle down, relax, and be in presence of the amazing soothing energy of the teachers. And the practices are like so varied. My personal favorite ones are the yin yoga and sound bath, so really slow, chill, like basically stretches, and then just 30 minutes of total relaxation with like this huge array of musical instruments, like from singing bowls to crystals to others I cannot name, as well as warm stretch, which is in a heated room, and so many others. But yeah, it just feels so good to have this sense of community. And because well, there was a point when I was younger where I could have the discipline to just do those things by myself at home, like from a video on YouTube, but now I really need to be physically present in those spaces and physically be with others. I'm so happy of these new additions to my routine. Oh, and also can't forget about the hair dyeing fun experiments, and this I did it a couple of weeks ago when I was in Latvia. Absolutely love the two-tone, and I've been told multiple times that my hair looks very edible and sweet, and I very much take that as a compliment. And well, on top of all these activities, I'm also right now spending quite some time researching and planning my Thailand trip that's coming up. Because somewhere in January, I was very much feeling the winter blues, and quite impulsively bought a 1 month trip to Thailand that will start in about 10 days, from mid-May to mid-June. So although probably again, since I'm solo, doing a proper vlog would be a bit too much for me, but pictures will be flowing on Insta, so do stay tuned. And it's funny to see that for most of the months leading up to the trip, I was so relaxed since it's my 4th one, and like I had only booked the flight tickets, and I only a week ago booked the first 5 days in Bangkok, and that's still it. Because amongst other, I do have to check more with the weather, because it will be between the hot season and the rainy season. So I'm also kind of forced to be more flexible and go with the flow, which I'm very excited about. But now I'm actively trying to just keep myself chill about all that and not overthink it all, and remind myself that it's meant to be 100% for fun, and that experience proves that I will manage no matter what shows up, and remind myself to trust myself. And then finally, talking about the sudden change of hearts regarding making videos, well, all the time I have been missing just the sharing and the challenging myself to put myself out there in the world and not be concerned about how I'm perceived. And it was just yesterday when watching Hitomi Mochizuki's latest video, in which she has a huge chunk where she was just chatting like that, chill, with like very little editing and all, that I realized that I don't need to put pressure on myself for editing. That I just want to show up, and that I don't need to have grandiose comeback after all these months, because it's my channel and I do what I want. But more seriously, that I'm doing this for fun and for this community feeling, and because I always love so much when friends and family say they have watched the latest video and all. And that what matters to me so much more than fancy editing is just this authenticity and the vibe of the video. So although I do hope that I will also be inspired to do some videos which require a bit more editing, because those are my favorite ones to look back onto, and those are the ones that I can share with my grandparents that don't speak English. It just feels so good. This chit chat felt to me like one of those calls with my long distance friends where we just talk about everything, just share about everything that has happened, and just staying connected. And I love so much just hearing about different people's stories, perspectives and views, no matter if I relate to them or if I agree with those perspectives, because I just love being a witness to the human experience and enjoying and participating in this ride. So I feel both so energized from this moment that I took and also in a way so relaxed in the sense that doing something that I wanted for so long and it feels so good to show up no matter how imperfectly it might be. And it feels so good that although there probably will be now and again some longer breaks because of trips, for example, and well, starting from September we'll see how it will go with studying, but it just feels so good knowing that I can return whenever, pick up where I left from. No pressure, just good vibes. So thank you so much for joining me for this little podcast vibe thingy, and I can't wait to come back after the Thailand trip, whenever that may be. I appreciate you so much, and I will eventually see you again. Bye.